it's Anthony Rose. Today we're doing a dance instructional video by request. So a lot of times people will send us messages or say, hey, I would like to see this, or something that people are asking about. So today we are doing the pretzel. So all you got to do to request something is just let us know what you want to see. We do actually read the comments and stuff, and then, we actually take those into consideration. So there's a little tip jar that you can put it in. No, I'm totally teasing. But all right, so the pretzel. Now, so we're not really talking, so a lot of times this is done in country swing, it's done in two-step, it's done in East Coast swing, a lot of the different dances. So you can use this. So now here's one thing I'm going to say about this video. Pay no attention to our feet right now. We'll show you a couple little tips and stuff, because the reason why I'm saying the feet don't matter as much in this particular thing is because you can use it in multiple different dances. So what we're gonna be showing you guys is the arm movements, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do is demonstrate to you guys what the pretzel looks like. All right, and obviously we can do this multiple times. I'll show you from this angle. And from this angle. I'm just making stuff up with my feet as we go. And then, yeah, so on and so forth. Okay, so now, when this is done socially by dancers who are maybe not professional dancers, the thing I say, you got to do this in the right way and in the right order. Everything has to happen as process, because as simple and basic of an idea or a pattern this is, it actually can be a little dangerous, right? It looks pretty simple, but if, guys, and you're gonna see this in a second, if you raise the hands or do something at the wrong time, you can twist your arm into a bad spot, and we don't wanna do that, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do with our hands, guys, you're gonna raise your left hand, okay? Keeping the right hand down low. Now, this halo that goes around her head, of course, she's an angel. We're just gonna then circle this around her halo. My right hand, her left hand will stay down, and this is called a hammerlock. So if you can see this from this angle, the hammerlock. Now, with this right hand, most of the time we pay attention to the left hand because that's the part that's coming overhead. We also have to pay attention to the leader's right hand, okay? So if this hand comes out, it essentially just rotates around that halo. But what we're gonna do with our right hand, guys, is we're going to be turning it over, and that's called breaking the wrist. Not literally. Okay, but we're breaking the wrist. So if you watch this hand go overhead, the other hand turns over, and we end up into this hammerlock position, okay? So one thing I'll say about hammerlock is if we're in this position, if you notice my right hand is actually behind her back, I'm not gonna force her to try to twist that arm way over here. So guys, be a gentleman. So when you take this hand, put it behind her back so that my palm is actually facing outwards and the back of my hand is right into the center of her back. So let me show you that from here. So I raise that hand, I turn that wrist over, and then I'm gonna place that hand into the center of her back.
Aim for the small of the back.
The small part of her back.
Yeah, the small of the back. It's comfortable.
Okay, so if the hand goes to this spot, that's a pretty good spot for it to be. Now, a lot of times people get into weird positions and they don't carry that elbow over and stuff, and we don't want that. So we want to make sure that if you look at the height of this hand and this hand here, they're pretty evenly height, right? So from here, now once we've gotten this hammerlock position, the first thing I've got to do is I've got to raise this hand back up and go under it. So for now, if we do watch the feet, I would just step forward and I've got to start moving to the other side. All right, now I told you there's a moment where if we do this the wrong way, then it's going to be very, very painful. So if we're in this position, I'm going to step under this hand. Now if you look at this hand right here, if I start raising this now, this is going to cause problems. So what I've got to do is I've got to step under this arm, start to bring it down, but notice this hand is starting to come up so that I can raise it over. There's kind of a sweet spot, there's kind of a moment where, by the way, don't just I watched the video and I'm gonna go out to the club and I'm gonna crank somebody through that. Please do that one more time. She gets paid to do this. So if we're in this position, there's a moment where I step underneath and then I start bringing this hand up and over. Now, if you notice one thing about all of the dances and all of the different things we do, and this is a tip for not just this pattern, but a lot of other patterns, is we never hold hands. I know that sounds ironic, but we are touching hands. Well, in private, that's where it starts. Teasing. But so the hand comes up, and if you notice, I just have my fingertips and connecting to her fingertips. We kind of create a little bit of a cup, and she has a sweet spot. So see if you can get in here on this camera. So right here in her hand, there's a sweet spot. This is the spot I take my middle 2 fingers and I put it in that sweet spot, and that's all we need. A lot of times we're just going to cup in that spot. So if I'm here, I've got my middle 2 fingers in that sweet spot, I bring the hand up and I've done nothing with my thumbs. I am just connected to that with my fingertips, okay? So we don't use my thumb. If you watch my thumbs through here, they're actually not connected to her at all.
And same for the followers as well.
Yeah, just create a cup.
Yeah.
So a lot of things, like it doesn't matter the pattern, but if I'm turning her and whatnot, like you're never going to hold hands. We're just going to be doing things where I'm putting my middle 2 fingers in that cup and in the middle of that sweet spot. Okay, that's a good tip. Don't forget that. If you get anything from this video, that's important. So bring that hand up, I break that wrist, I put it into the center of her back, then I step under this arm, and at that moment I'm starting to bring that hand up. At the same moment the other hand goes down, and this hand will then come over my head. So if I wanted to repeat that process, what I've got to do now is I've got to take this right hand, I take it over her head and turn her, and as soon as I get to a position where we're starting, I bring that hand back down, bring the other hand back up. So I can actually just do that multiple times here. Now, who feels like a pretzel?
Yummy. Feels
So again, you can use that pattern in a lot of different dances. I can show you a couple different dances it might be used in. So if I'm doing 2-step and I do something here, I'd have to lead a double turn, boom, and quick, quick, slow, slow, and quick, quick, slow, slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, and quick, quick, slow, slow. If I'm dancing East Coast swing, triple step, rock, step, triple step, rock, step, triple step, rock, step, triple step, and rock step. Of course, you can do this in salsa also if you're into that. So you can use this in a lot of different dances. So one thing I'll tell you about, one mistake that people make is like, let me get good at this dance. Like maybe I want to learn 2-step, and once I get good at 2-step, and then maybe I'll learn a different dance. And when in reality, you should be learning a lot of different dances at the same time, because a lot of the patterns like this are just like incorporated into different things. You might change rhythm, you might change the movement, but the hand changes and all that stuff are the same. So don't make that mistake. Just learn all the stuff. It's all fun. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the pretzel. Be sure to, if you haven't yet, click on this button down here. It says subscribe. Right? And then follow us, and then tell us what you want. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. You can even tell us what you hate, whatever. Just we want to know, because we want to make the videos better. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.